Did the Amazon product hunt webinar, totally casual. Feel free to ask questions on chat or raise your hand to speak in the webinar. I think it'll be good if we do it interactive. And again, I apologize for the noise. It is kind of noisy in here. I just needed to get out of the house. Being an entrepreneur, you know, you have that freedom to work whenever and wherever you want. But once in a while, either your wife kicks you out of the house, or you need a break. I'll let you guess which one today. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, before we start, one thing I want to point out, and I saw this posted in our group. By the way, is the audio okay? I know it's a little noisy for me, but are you guys hearing me clearly? Just type a yes or no. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Yes. Very clear. Excellent. Okay. All right. If any of you ever do a webinar, these are like super essential. No matter how noisy it is, these things really help because the microphone's like right next to your mouth. So anyways, so before we start, I want to just talk about this challenge that I have seen many of you talk about. And so here's the thing, guys. This is by far the most challenging part of the Amazon journey or the Amazon endeavor. Okay? What you're feeling and what you're going through is the exact same thing that I went through and every other seller that I know went through. So don't feel overwhelmed that, man, I have just tried and tried and I can never find a product. Okay? Believe me, you're in the same boat as everybody else. I remember when I first started looking for products, I didn't know where to start, even after taking the lessons and everything. And I would go to my mentor with literally product after product after product. And he always had a valid reason why the product wasn't good. It was always too much competition, or there's not enough margin, or there's the weight of the product is too heavy. And I mean, on and on and on, okay? And some of you have taken the course with me now for like, what, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, right? And I gotta say, my first product took me 3 months, all right? Now, it doesn't mean that your product needs to take you 3 months, and that's what I'm gonna talk about today. And I'm gonna show you how easy it is. Part of this, I just got a little error message saying there's a problem with the meeting. Can you guys still hear me? Can you type a yes again, please? I'm sorry. Yes. Okay, good, good. I don't know. I got a little error message there. All right, so we'll just ignore that. So part of the challenge is, you know, it's a little bit like standing at the edge of a pool, right? In this case, it's the Amazon pool, which is more like an ocean. And you're like, okay, you know, where do I jump? Like how do I start? What do I do? And every time you come to the edge, you're like, oh, I think I see an opening. And then you're like, oh, no, there's a problem here. It's too deep, or it's that. Or it's the exact same thing. Now, I will say, at some point, you just have to make that jump. At some point, you know, I'm not saying don't do your homework. Do your homework. But at some point, you're like, you know what? This is good enough. And I'm going to go ahead and try this product. Here's the worst case scenario. Start with your first product and order 50, okay? You don't have to tell your supplier going in on your quote that you only want 50. You can still go into your RFQ on Alibaba and say you want 2,000 or 3,000, okay? Because that's eventually what you will want. But you can go in and say, hey, I want 2,000, give me the pricing on that. But let me start with 50 because we always start with a test order, okay? I haven't come across too many, maybe 1 out of 10 suppliers that said, oh, no, we don't even do that, okay? Some of them will, but it's a minority. The majority will probably grumble a little bit, say, well, you know, we were talking about 2,000. Like, yeah, dude, we are talking about 2,000, but I got to start with an order of 50 because that's our company policy, okay? That's what my bosses are telling me to do. So start with an order of 50. So here's the worst case. You order 50 of that product. and let's say it fails because there's too much competition or whatever, your worst case scenario is to just clear it. Drop the price so that you don't make any money. In the most you'll have wasted is the time. But I don't even consider that a waste because that's a learning opportunity. All right, and every experienced seller in the groups that you guys are in the larger Muslim Wealth Club group, they will tell you they have products that surprised them and sold that they didn't think were going to do too good, and they have products that are not selling so good that they thought were going to be amazing. So there's a little bit of you just got to jump in at some point after doing some homework and saying, I think this is it. I'm going to make my best intention. I'm going to ask others in the group, but I'm going to go with this and I'm going to test it with 50, with a quantity of 50. And most products on Alibaba, you're talking about $10 or less. So what is that? $500? I mean, that's not a huge risk. Okay. So just a little FYI on that. But having said that, let's go ahead and start hunting. And again, if you guys want to ask questions, I'll peer over to my chat over here. Yes, there will be a replay. I did remember to hit record this time. I forget sometimes, but we're recording this. So yes, absolutely. If you need to break away, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so here's my window, and I have a couple of tabs open. Okay, this is kind of what I do. This is how I find a product. It's not magic. It's pretty straightforward. So I have Amazon.com, right? Our most bestest, favorite site on the whole worldwide internet. Here's my second page. Let me refresh this because I had to restart my system, and I basically did a Google search for cool new gear. I'm going to click on images. We'll let that load. I'm going to jump over here, and here's a site, Hammaker Schlemmer, okay, or you can choose Best Buy or Outdoor Magazine. Doesn't matter, just some catalog magazine. Here's another site. Shut up and take my money. And of course, our second favorite, bestest site in the world, Alibaba.com. Okay? So that's how I start. This is a browsing game. This is a perusing game. You can't expect to find something without investing some serious time. Let me just see if there's any notes here. Okay, so guys, one of the things that I do see is that it's harder and harder to sit down and actually get 2-3 hours of uninterrupted time, right? And I get it. I'm in the same boat, but that's critical to product sourcing. You've got to clear away a Wednesday afternoon or a Saturday morning, or whatever's right for you, and go to a Starbucks or go somewhere, and in your office room or whatever, close the door. Make sure you have no interruptions. If you're not spending those 2, 3 in the beginning, maybe 4 or 5 hours, you don't have to do them all in a row, but 4 or 5 hours, you're just not going to get that experience. So this is a road that you need to travel down. Okay. So clear your schedule, set that time aside every week so that you can get better and better at this. Experience plays a big, big part in this, okay? So Amazon.com. All we're doing is just browsing this catalog of millions and millions of products, and then we're doing our research. So usually what I start with is I browse through the departments, and I just browse. That's all I do. And for this webinar, that's probably what I'm going to do for about 40 minutes. We may find some products, or we may not. If I don't find the products, it means I just need to spend more time. Okay, I don't always find a product every time I sit down, within an hour. I'm pretty confident we will, but again, there is no, secret formula here. All right, so books, movies, Home and garden. Home and garden are very popular. Beauty, toys, clothing. Okay, maybe you're ungated, so probably not clothing. Sports. Okay, automotive and industrial. All right. I am not doing any products in this space. So you know what? I'm actually going to do automotive and industrial. Part of the reason is this may actually be less crowded than the ones that are always typical, right? Everybody jumps to electronics and home and garden and kitchen and all that stuff. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, you still got plenty and plenty of opportunity. Remember, they have like what, 500 million products. So, but let's do something different here, okay? Automotive parts, tools. Okay, we're not going to do tools because that's probably going to be heavy stuff. But let's do automotive parts and accessories. And this is live, guys. I haven't rehearsed this. Okay, I'm doing this completely ad hoc, just like you would. Okay, so it already knows one of my cars that I have, right? And we do shop Amazon. All right, so I'm going to come down here. I'm going to browse around and see, okay, what are my categories here? No, winter driving, I'm not going to do that. Let's see here. Automotive deals and gifts, performance parts and accessories, replacement parts, truck accessories, interior, exterior, tires, car care, tools and equipment, power sports, car electronics. I don't want to do electronics, not as a beginner, because um, it could be a lot of returns. You have to be familiar with somewhat with the product that you're going to play with. So let's go into tools and equipment. Okay. So right here, I'm going to choose all tools and equipment. All right, here we go. So now I'm in automotive, tools and equipment. And of course, Amazon gives me the top sellers, the best sellers for this subcategory. 99% chance I am not looking for anything here because these are best sellers, which means they are saturated, which means it's going to be very difficult to compete. Look at this, 2,600, 3,000, 2,400 reviews. I'm not going to compete with that. That would be crazy. 6,000, 5,000, so on and so forth. Okay. What I do want to do, however, is I want to dig into this. So I go down. Like, I don't even really spend time on this page because, again, it's a top page. I'm going to jump to page 2. Okay. Then I'm going to go into my URL right here. Because, again, even the top 5 pages I'm not really interested in because likely it's going to be way too competitive. But I'm going to come up here in my URL and I'm going to hack that a little bit, okay? And I think I shared this with you in the video. So right here, you can see in my URL, it says page 2. Well, why don't we dig a little deeper and go into page 10? Now, you need to change the page in 2 different places in the URL. So scroll over, keep going right here, okay? So the page number is listed twice in the URL. You have to change it in both. So I changed it to page 10 twice, and I hit enter. Connection is a little bit slow because there's a lot of people here. It's still waiting and loading. It's really taking a while. Waiting. Let's try to refresh it again. Okay, did it jump to page 2? And I didn't notice. Let me go down and see it on the bottom. Oh, it did. Okay, so there's page 10. So I am on page 10. Sorry, I didn't notice it jumped there, I guess, a little faster than I expected. Okay, so I scroll back up. All right, so look over here. I'm seeing the results. I'm at product number 217 to 240. Out of how many? Over half a million products, right? So there's a lot of opportunity for me to discover over here. So now I just start perusing, okay? I'm not going to get this, obviously. I'm not going to get anything fancy like that. Okay, what is this? Okay, I don't want to get anything. I don't want to get anything sophisticated or anything complex for my, especially for my first order. Okay, I need to know about this. Like, there's probably heat ratings in here. There's probably all kinds of specification certifications that I need. I don't want to do that. Electronics. This one, I don't want to. I don't want to do electronics. I want to keep away from that. DeWalt. Nope. 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 Nothing heavy. Okay, what is this? Vastar solder sucker desoldering vacuum pump solder removal tool. Okay, so it looks like it's a manual pump of some sort. Okay, maybe this one might be interesting. So I'm gonna just open this in another tab. I'll come back to it. All right, let's keep going. And if you guys see anything interesting, you tell me, okay? Because again, there's millions of products here. Okay, let's see anything here. No chemicals, no electronics. So let's do the next page. Okay, safety siphon, safety multi-purpose self-priming pump. It's a bestseller. It's got an amazing rank, 188 in automotive. I'm going to guess that that might be too competitive, but I want to at least check it out. So I'm going to open that in a new tab. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, what is this? Gorilla Auto Acorn Gold Small Diameter Lugs. Yeah, I don't know anything about that, so I'm going to skip that. Keep going. That looks pretty cheap that you can get. The problem with this one is the weight and the size. That's probably going to be an oversized product. But look at the price on that, $25.89. I bet you can probably get this for like $5 on Alibaba. So great product, but not really a good choice for us because of its size. Okay, what is this? Screwdrivers. Look at the picture on this thing, guys. This is horrible, right? I mean, I know that I can, I'm sure any of us can crush this picture, right? Look, I mean, that is absolutely horrendous. And that's an opportunity, but I don't know what he's selling. Sorry, I got all these pop-ups. Screwdrivers, nut drivers, and socket drivers. Nut driver 3, 16 by 60. So it's probably a set. So let's take a look at that one as well. So right click, open a new tab. So keep going. Are you guys with me so far? Do you kind of see what I'm doing? I want you to just interact with me and tell me yes. Does this make sense? Any questions? I want to make sure I don't lose you guys, okay? And I see a question here. Anyone knows what the add-on that says the BSR next to each item? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm sorry, you'll have to elaborate on that. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, agent saying yes, but what extension is allowing you to see the BSR async? Oh, okay. Next to each product, there's a number. Yeah. So guys, I cover this in my course. I think not all of you are in my private course, but there is a number of extensions that I use that give me all this information. Normally, you would not see this, and it's definitely a time saver. there is this product right here, this extension. It's called DS Amazon Quick View. Okay, again, DS Amazon Quick View. There's like 2 or 3 of them that I use. There's Jungle Scout, but that's different. We'll look at that in a minute. There's this one. There's also Keepa. I use this one as well. Seller browser. I think that's it. So DS, Amazon Quick View, and Keepa. Both of these, just Google them as a Chrome extension. Okay, and they give you all this product, all this information. It's amazing. It saves me a ton of time because I don't need to go into every page to go see the rank and all that. Very, very helpful. Okay, good question. All right, cool. All right, let's keep going. And yeah, guys, just interact. So I want to know that I'm going too slow, too fast. You know, I want to give you guys as much value as possible. Okay. So far so good. Give me like a yes. Or we're with you. Man, it's good coffee. Okay. All right. MG says yep. Burhan says yes. Okay, great. Yusuf, Adrian, excellent. All right, so let's keep going. All right. None of this stuff, that's way too complex. Okay, like Lexus oil filter, nope. Metric socket storage trays. Okay. I don't know how big this is. Like if they all combine together and it's a small size, maybe. I don't know. And then also we gotta check the competition. All right, what is this? Chemical guide, buff, hex kits. Okay, buffing pads. There's some chemical thing there. I don't want to do that. Okay, what about this? Oops, sorry. Okay, Camco real chalk with rope. All right, I'm guessing this is something that stops the tires. But look at the price, $4.88. Yeah, I don't want to do that because here's the reason. There's no margin on this, right? I mean, unless you've already been selling it, and I mean, for FBA, that'll leave you like less than $1 if you're lucky. So that looks good, but no. Okay, spark tester, nope. Fuel filter socket, nope. All right, so we keep going. Wipes, nope. Gear wrench, nope, too complex. So all these extensions do slow your page down, by the way. So my page is still loading. Okay. Nope. Vacuum suction cup handle dent puller. Yeah, look at the price though. $5.86. That's way too cheap. Nope. Wrench, nope. Okay. Let's see. Compartment storage organizer box with removable dividers. Maybe. Again, all I'm doing here is just picking out potentials. I'm not making any kind of decisions, right? I'm just picking out potentials to say, I want to check these out a little more. Okay, electronics. Look at this. Could you get more simpler than this? A plastic funnel set. Yeah, again, there's no margin in here, so I wouldn't bother. I almost would use this as an add-on item for another product that I would sell. I would throw that in for free to differentiate myself. Swiss Tech, polished. Okay, this has nothing to FBA, nothing to do with FBA. I just think this tool looks so cool. I just want the tool. $8. That's pretty cheap. Camping, outdoor hardware, and look at the reviews. 1,300. It just looks so cool. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, form a funnel, flexible draining tool. $13. Yeah, but you're only going to make $1 or $2 on this. So it's good, maybe, but not as a first product. Let's keep going. Okay. Ready? Let's go to the next page. All right. More electronics. We don't want that. All right, what is that? Connected car adapter diagnostics. Nope. Okay, what is this? Shopbox anti-vibration pad, 24-inch by 36-inch black. $15. Maybe. We'll have to see the dimensions of it. Okay, tools. Okay, what is this? Wheel chalk lock. This looks kind of heavy. It's probably cheap, but it's probably pretty heavy to transport it. Okay, a TCP global brand polishing and buffing pad spur tool. A little too cheap. Okay. Oh, this is for MacBook Air. I don't know what it's doing in the automotive. But we'll keep going. Anything brand name like Stanley, JB Weld, I mean, these are brand names I'm going to stay away from. These are sponsored, so that means they're trying to rank well. Like this one is 204,000 in its rank, so all right, there's that other tool again. Let's keep going. All right, what is this? 11-piece trim door panel, window molding, upholstery clip removal toolkit. There's a lot of words in there. I don't even know what that is. 11-piece trim removal toolkit. Is that really for a car? Okay, maybe. So let's, and you know, the price is okay, 20 bucks. I want to get price of at least $20. $20 to $30, you know, is good. Okay, let's keep going. Electronics. Okay, fancy. And you can see some things get misclassified, right, by the seller. I mean, this is a watch thing, and it's in the cars, in the automobile section. Okay, let's see. All right, keep going. All right, polish buffing kit, $23. I don't know about that. I mean, you kind of need to make sure the quality is good. I think you need some experience with that product. I would hesitate a little bit. Let's keep going. Oil filter tool, $10, a little too cheap. Okay. Too simple. Let's keep going. Okay, the page is still loading. Any questions, guys? Feel free to type them in. Are you looking for a product with fewer reviews as an indicator for competition? Yes, I'm okay with 100, even up to 300 reviews, but I don't want to see thousands of reviews. So that's a good question. All right, let's keep going. Okay. I don't see anything here that I might be interested in. Kin tool, 2-piece multi-iron set. I'm going to guess this is saturated, but let's throw it in the pack. Because the price, I like the price, $32. This one here, $5. This filter, $5, way too cheap. electronics, electronics. Okay, fancy, fancy. More electronics. Let's keep going. All right. Sorry, my page is stuck again. Okay. Yeah, I got to cut down on my extensions. I've got like 10 extensions running at the same time. Probably not a good idea. All right. Let's do one more page, and then we'll either jump into another category, or maybe I'll start some analysis on the ones that we already selected. Okay. What is this? Made in USA gas tapper. Power equipment model with filter. Gas. Got fluid in there and stuff. No, it's not a good idea. Keep going. Hey, Waalaikumsalam. Asad, thanks for joining. Okay, let's keep going. So what is this? Shorty black rubber valve systems, and it's too cheap. $4, $5. Solid rubber wheel chock. I think those are going to be heavy, so I'm going to skip that. Caliper hanger set. A little too cheap. Okay, those are too heavy. Electronics. Let's skip. Let's keep going. Okay, magnetic parts tray. Yeah, I've seen these, when I go to my mechanic, $13. Again, it's a little lower than I would target, so I'm not sure about that. I'll probably skip it. All right, let's keep going here. Okay, nothing here. I'm not going to get into gloves because of sizing and all kinds of things there. Again, some of these products would be great once you get some experience, but I don't want, your first product, you want to try to make it as best as you can in terms of the perfect profile. Okay, that. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to come back up here. And basically what I just did, okay, I just spent like, 10, 15 minutes with you guys. And you need to repeat this 10 times, okay? We need to find a brand new category and do exactly what I just did. So for now, let's start doing some analysis on some of the things selected. Okay, so this was the first one that we put aside. It is too cheap. I just realized the price now, so but let's go ahead and do some research on this anyways. So first of all, I want to make sure I know what the product is. So if I look at this thing, it looks like it's a mechanical pump. It's nothing too fancy. There's no electronics or anything like that. And it looks like it's a vacuum to remove solder. All right. So the key word, what is this? So the key word is a vacuum pump solder. So let's do a search to see what this thing looks like. And I never search in the category. I typically search across all of Amazon to see what kind of results I get. Okay. So again, ignore the price. It is a little cheaper than I thought, but let's assume that the price was not a problem. Let's just see what kind of saturation we have. Okay, so that's the same one that we selected. It's a sponsored product. So this guy is obviously trying to get some positioning on the page. He also organically happens to be the first result. That's very good. All right, now I'm beginning to see, let's start comparing now. So obviously this is a newer product. He's got 18 reviews. And I can actually see how long he's been selling when I use some of these tools. Look at this one here. This one got 267 reviews. Good rank. 839. Excellent rank. 62. Now this is an add-on item. Okay. Now add-on item means Amazon recently changed their rules, and you can see here. This is $585, and you can buy it. This one is $559, and it's an add-on item, pretty much the same price. But you cannot buy this alone. this has to be an add-on item in your shopping cart to another item. Okay, and I've been playing with that. $9.99 seems to be kind of a pivot point. Anything under $9.99, but it's really weird. I've actually sold products at $9.99 and then reduced the price, and it was okay. When I added a new product and put it less than $9.99, it made it an add-on item. Why is that important? Because first of all, we don't really want to be selling this low, but if we did, we don't want our product to be an add-on item. That basically means nobody can buy it unless they have something else in their shopping cart. All right, here's another one. $5.99, 33 reviews. $7.89, 17 reviews. $2.23. So I definitely am not going to get this one. All right, a couple of reasons why. Number one, the price point is really too low to make a decent margin. We don't want to be in this business to make a dollar, on products. I think once you have a dozen products and you want to throw things like this in there because it's in your niche, yeah, sure, why not? But you don't want to be investing in this product. And then the second thing is you have that risk of the product becoming an add-on item. So definitely not. So let's kill this one. Did that make sense to you guys? All right, give me a yes or no or any questions. Okay, before we move on. And if any of you actually want to chime in and chat with me while I do this, feel free to request that, and I'll turn on your audio, and we can talk and explore together. Okay. All right. I see yeses, which is good. All right. Let's keep going. All right. This was the next one. So again, first thing, I'm going to look at the product and say, what exactly is it? Is it a complex product? This looks fairly straightforward. I'm concerned about the price point again. It's a little too low, but I do have a couple of products that I actually do sell around this price, and they cost me less than 50 cents, okay? And they have good margins. Only in that case would I say consider a product like this. So let's actually search for this one. So what's the keyword here? What is this thing called? I would assume it's a self-priming pump. So let's search for this. All of Amazon. We'll let that thing do its thing. And Yusuf is asking, so any item that is lower than 10 can become an add-on item? Yes. But again, Amazon is complex. They have very complex algorithms. So generally, I say yes. A brand new item that you put at $9.99 has a high degree of likelihood to become a add-on item. Okay. But after you sell it, sometimes you can go back and lower the price, which is what I did, and then it was okay. So it's a little weird. All right, so we did self. So these are with motors. These are all with motors. Okay, there's the one that we looked at. And I'm not seeing others. I'm not seeing anything else like that. So I'm thinking maybe I chose the wrong keyword because I'm not seeing any competitors, which is not likely. Chances are that that thing does have competitors. I just maybe I don't see. Maybe I should have put the word hose. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go check one more. Nope. I'm gonna go back. Let's go back. Safety siphon, safe multi-purpose self-priming pump. I mean, it's not really a pump, it's kind of a hose, right? So let's change this search. And let's see what comes up. Okay, there's that guy again. Okay, page is still loading. Okay, let's keep going. All right, here's, okay, removal pump, it's a little bit different. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not seeing anything like the hose. It's very interesting. Okay, more machines. Okay, here we go. Here's one. So anti-static jigger siphon hose, 20 bucks. And the rank is 31,000. Okay, here's another one, 24. But look at the rank on this guy. That's pretty bad. Okay, so the word hose definitely needs to be in the search. So maybe a hose self-priming pump. Yeah, that's what I searched for. So I see a couple here. Not that many. Okay, here's some more. Rank is also very good. Price is pretty good. Okay, so at this point, I am going to run Jungle Scout on this. Use siphon hose. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let me try that, Ron. Siphon hose. Maybe you know more about cars than I do. I actually don't know much about cars. I'm really terrible at that. So let's try self-priming. Maybe siphon. Uh, siphon. Slow. Okay, let's try that. As soon as my browser frees up. All right, search for that. Okay, so here is, okay, siphon. Here's one, 1895 bestseller. Let's keep going. Well, I think you were right, Burhan. Okay, here's another one, 1295. I think that's the one that we found originally. Flow and go siphon. That's a little different. That's with a pump. That's a little different. Okay, here's the same one. Rank is pretty good. Price is, a little low. Okay, but this is definitely, I think, the better keyword than what I had before. So let's run Jungle Scout on this. So basically now I would run Jungle Scout, and we have a discount link for that where you guys get a few dollars off. I've shared that before. You want to use that and get yourself the Chrome extension Pro version. That's what I use. All right, we'll wait for this to load. Let's see. Yep, siphon. That's what I did. Somebody, it looks like I said you Wikipedia'd this thing, man. Excellent. All right, so here we go. Let's come back here. All right, still loading. You can see here. I'll give it another minute. All right. Okay, now I want to make sure that I'm comparing the right products. So I'm going to consider this to be related. Yeah, maybe. It's not really the same thing, but that's fine. That's kind of different. Okay. It's really more like that. Okay. They're a little different, but just for our purpose. So if I hover over the title, I can see I can see what they are. Okay. So from here, I have my brand price, etc. First thing I do is I hit rank right here. Okay. When I click on this, it sorts it by highest to lowest or lowest to highest. So I click on it, and I can see this is the top one. Okay, using that keyword. So the price on this is $12.95. Rank is 188. Estimated sales is 1,700 per month. I always find that Jungle Scout tends to be a little liberal. I would not be surprised if the sales on this was lower. I don't think there's actually doing this much. Okay, I could be wrong, but that's kind of the gut instinct I've seen when I compare it to my own products. Estimated revenue. This is total sales or total, yeah, total sales for the month. 23,000. Number of reviews, 300. Rating is pretty good. It is FBA. FBA fee is 556. So if you're selling it for $12.95, FBA is going to charge you 556. That leaves you with 739. And now your product cost might be what? Uh, $2, $3. And $2, $3 plus the shipping. Now you can see over here you're down to a couple of dollars. Okay, that's why you want to be closer to the at least $25, $30 range. So, but let's continue with the analysis. The next product here, $18.95. Okay, it's a little different. All right, there's that same one. Look at the price on this, $11.39. Estimated sales went from 1,700 down to 290. So now really there's a couple of dominant sellers here, and then the rest kind of trickle off. Okay, I'm gonna just stop investigating. It's not worth it because you're talking about $1 or $2. You've got some good sales here, not so good here. It's okay. It's not that bad, but not really worth our time. Okay, so close this and kill this. We move on to the next one. All right, here I wanted to see what the price differences were because obviously that tool doesn't look that expensive. So let's just see why. Oh, that's interesting. 10 pack, 5 pack, full size. Huh, okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from this because the dependency here is to sell multi-packs. But this picture is so horrible, I just want to crush it. I wish I could even see what it was. Hard to see. Sucking nut driver 3, 16 by 60. I mean, maybe a 10 pack. Because a 10 pack, look at that. 8512. That's interesting. So I'm guessing that that's a particular size. So let's do this. Let's just search for that. Yeah. So it looks like that's the tool. But we have the same problem with the price. It's way too low. But it looks like some of these other sellers are definitely bundling. So, whoops, let's try 10 pack. Okay, we have one here. Yeah, that's not quite. Yeah, it's not worth our time. It's that price issue again. So, kill this. All right. Imran is asking, BB seller is FBA, buy box seller is FBA, but Amazon can take over tomorrow or later, right? Can Amazon take over? Yeah, I mean, yeah, they always can take over. But I'm not worried too much about that, you know, because in my products, when I'm selling them, I have a decent margin in there that if I need to drop my price, I can drop my price. If Amazon becomes super aggressive, which sometimes they do, and they want to kill my product, I'll just liquidate it. I'll get rid of it. I'll move on to the next product, okay? But so far, I haven't heard of too many people complaining about Amazon taking their product. It does happen, though. Okay, so these are storage trays. Again, horrible picture, right? We could do a lot better than that. Look at this thing. It's horrible. So there's definitely an opportunity to compete with these guys just on better images and all that. But let's see here. And I like the price $54. I mean, that's a good price. Again, I just don't know how big this thing is. Let's see if I can see the dimensions here. Okay, 10 by 6 by 4 inch. Oh, that's not bad. And 2 pounds. Okay, so it's not like huge. So let's do a search. So it's a six piece set. It's a SAE in metric, I guess 92,000, or maybe just SAE in metric socket storage set. Let's do that. I want to keep it as the smallest number of words in my keyword search as possible, because I want to see as many results as possible. And actually, I'm going to get rid of this and. Okay, I'm going to do a search just like that. SAE metric socket storage trays. So let's do a search again. Okay, page is still loading. Okay, here we go. Don't put SAE, really? I thought a SAE was like a type, a sizing. I'm pretty sure it's a sizing. Otherwise, I may not fit. SAE and metric are two different. I think if I don't put that, I may just get only metric. All right, but we can try it. I mean, this is not, we're just kind of experimenting here, right? But let's take a look. All right, there's the number one seller. Let's see what else we come up with. Storage trays. Yeah, storage. So that's the actual sockets. We don't care. Okay, here we go. Here's the socket tray. That's exactly what we have. Look at the rank on this guy. 300,000 is horrible. Twist locks. I don't know what this thing is. 3-rail universal twist lock socket tray. Okay, that's also, I guess, some kind of a storage. So similar. Here's another one. Yep, this is similar. Okay, here we go. This looks exactly like the one that we have. Holy smokeroonies. Look at that. $142. That's insane. I don't see any rank, so this is probably not a good seller. Probably because of the price. That's a crazy price. All right, here we go. This looks similar to what we have. 3/8 inch. It looks like it's limited though, right? It's not as big as ours. Okay, there's some more. Okay, this is socket holder, so that's similar but not quite. Here we go. Here's a 2-piece. The one that we looked at was the same thing but much bigger. Okay, here's another one. So we're definitely getting some results. Let's check page 2. Let's see. Don't put SAE. SAE standard American, right? So I think you do need to put that because of that. So can you check how old is this product by the seller? Yep, we'll take a look at that in a second. Okay, so here's some more. Mag Blue Neon. Okay, the rank is horrible. Okay. It's okay. Here we go. This is like ours, but a smaller set. This looks similar to ours. $60. Okay. Okay. So let's go back to the first page and let's investigate that one a little more. But so far, I can see that the competition is not crazy. The competition is actually kind of low. And I really like this price, 54. I love the rank, 769. I like the size of it. Okay, I think Yusuf, we were asking how long they've been selling, so let's click on it and find out. All right. So this is where I use an extension called Keepa. All right, here. Okay, normally you don't have this. So Keepa shows you this. So I can see here, these guys have been on the market for quite a while. 1,800, but they've been in and out of stock. Actually, there's multiple sellers. There's 15 used and new. So this is kind of a generic product that probably a bunch of people are buying from China and selling. They haven't necessarily branded it, I guess. Or I guess Hanson may be a recognized brand name. So maybe people are just buying it and reselling it. Unfortunately, the picture is not detailed enough for me to see what it says on it. So this could be a branded product. I would want to investigate this a little more and, maybe be with my own brand. All right, I don't see anything wrong with that. Now, let's do a quick search on Alibaba on what this thing might actually cost. Okay, we'll get rid of this dash over here. Whenever I do searches, I try not to put symbols of any sort, even this and over here, right? Get rid of the and. Do a search. Okay. Oops. Okay, I'm not finding it. This is the closest one, but that's not quite it. SAE metric socket storage trays. Let's get rid of the 6-piece set. Let's try that. Okay, that's kind of like it, maybe. Let's take a look at that one. See if anything else pops up. Okay, that looks like the closest thing. Plastic deep socket tray. Okay, so this is definitely the right product. Okay, there's some sizing going on there. Yep, and there's the nuts or the sockets that are sitting in there. So this is definitely, I can see here, prices between 50 cents and $1.30. So I would definitely, oh, here we go. And we've got all the dimensions, perfect. And of course, now they're giving me matching products, which I can investigate further, but I can see the pricing here, 50 cents, $1.30, 50 cents, $1.40. So at this point, I'm putting this product at the top of my list. This price is still killing me, man. 54, 57, that's a crazy, crazy price. And maybe it's because of the lack of competition. All the ones that we saw, there was only 2 or 3. There wasn't this many, right? Hey, look at this, just 2, just 1. So now let's run the Jungle Scout on this. All right, while we're waiting for Jungle Scout, it's going to take a minute. It's dirt cheap. I searched for socket trays. There are many showing up very specific to hardware mechanics. Yep, you're absolutely right. So what is everybody up to? Why don't you guys share? Is everybody at work? Tell me where you are. Are you at work? Are you at home? Are you in like a bathroom? Are you in the backyard? Are you outside? Working from home. Okay, cool. That's a privilege to be able to work from home. Okay, at work, Adrian's at work, so make sure you have your earphones on, Adrian. Nobody's hearing how you want to break away from the 9 to 5. Work in the bathroom. All right, I am in my home. Excellent. Having some chai, dude. Chai is nice. Working from home on my second PL product. Got off work today. Excellent, MG. All right. Okay. So let's come back here. Okay. So let's first sort out the products that we don't want. We don't want that. So all I do is click on this. Whoops, I'm sorry. I click on, let's go back here. I click on this, X, so I get rid of that. Okay, yep. Yes. Yes, even though they're not directly exactly cars. Okay, this one I definitely want in there. Socket organizer. Okay, they're different organizers. Okay. It's not quite like ours, but that's fine. It can still show us overall demand for this product category, which is why I want to keep related ones in there. Okay, it's a different kind of organizer. It's actually not really related, but it's okay. All right. All right, fine. I'm going to keep them all in there. All right, first thing I'm going to do is hit my rank. Okay, sort from lowest to highest. So what I'm seeing here is a pattern, which is there's a few that are very popular, including this one. Then the next one is this one, which is not really related. That one, not really related, not related, not related, kind of. Okay, that is related. Oh, that's very similar. That one's very similar to ours, kind of. Yep, that's exactly like ours. What I can see, though, is that this is not popular at all. I mean, look at the rank, 195, 153. So rank, I mean, up to here, 39,000 is okay. Look at the sales. This one here is selling over 500, roughly, approximately. Okay, this one 600, 200, and then it really trails off. So total sales for this category per month is approximately 5, 6. That's about 11, 1100, 13. So about 1,300 units sold maybe in this category. 13 to 1,400. That's a little low. What that means is demand for this particular product is not that high. But you know what? Sitting up here with this guy, if you're moving even 400 units, you're doing pretty darn good. Now, I can see here, Amazon is selling this one, okay? Again, that doesn't scare me off. I'm perfectly okay with that because I'm going to come up with a better picture and a better price point. Now, let's look at the rest of the numbers. 54.57 is his price. Estimated sales 500. Revenue, okay, number of reviews 267. So I do want to look at the reviews. 267, that's a little high, but the next reviews are very low. Okay, I can easily crank out 50 of these by using giveaways. Okay, by doing giveaways, I can easily get 50 without costing too much. So that doesn't scare me off. And then FBA fee is $13.87. Okay, so that still leaves a margin of 40.70. And what did we say the cost on this thing was? $2, $3 plus shipping. Let's just be wild and throw another $1. I don't think it'll be $1, but let's just throw another $1 on every single unit. You're talking about maybe $4 for each unit, and you're putting $35 in your pocket. You're doing pretty good with that. So guys, it is now 3:12. We started this webinar at 2 o'clock. So in exactly 72 minutes, we have found a product that we can do private label on, and it has plenty of margin. It's the right size. It's not too heavy. And I would at this point do a little more research. Okay, I would just go back and look at all the numbers. I would look at the competition again. But for me, this is on my short list. Okay, now here's what I'm going to ask. Okay, I am going to ask that nobody takes this product, because here's what I'm going to do. I am going to dedicate this product to charity. All right. I was hoping I would find a real product, and I think we have. I would say with 90% certainty that we have found a product. I want to take this product and I want to donate it to charity. All right. If you want to get it, that's fine. I can't stop you, but I would ask that you please not get this product, because I want to go ahead and give 100% of the proceeds of this product to Uh, one of my favorite charities, which is Islamic Relief. I don't want to see a penny of it, but the purpose behind this was to show you guys how easy it is. Now, let's look at where we are. In an hour and 12 minutes, this is what we did. Let's move on to the next one. We have this other product, way too cheap. I would probably kill this. We have this product that needs to be investigated. If I spend another 15 minutes, I could either kill this one or start investigating it a little more. We have this one here. I don't know if it's a mold removing, a trim removing thing for a car or for a house, but this could be something. Price is pretty good. I'm thinking, again, you probably get that for a few bucks, but we have to look at the competition by doing the keyword search. We have this thing here. Same thing. I like the price, 32, and we have to look at the competition. It may be saturated. I don't know. It's got 174 reviews, but I can do a quick search. Small tire, two-piece, into a two-piece. I'll just do it really quick. I don't know if I do two-piece. Okay, there's others here. 174, only 4. Let's move on to the next one. Just waiting for the page to load. Plug in my laptop here. Battery's about to die. Okay. Horrible rank. Rank not found. Okay. This might be a decent product. That's not. I mean, look at that. Only 4 reviews and rank is terrible. 105. This one looks like it's doing really well. So I would investigate this. This may be a product ready to go as well. All right, that was just 4 or 5 that I picked out. Okay, this is what I meant by you guys need to set aside 2-3 hours uninterrupted and dig. You just need to dig. There's no secrets about it. I didn't even get to, my catalog page, right? And what I would do here, shop online catalog, I would browse this thing, and anything that looked interesting to me. Actually, I don't want to do that. I just go through here and say, okay, is there anything, accessories maybe? And exactly like we did, like what is this? The knee-length mosquito netting socks. I mean, that kind of seems a universal size thing. That could be interesting. I don't know. I'd then search for this on Amazon and see what kind of results I get. And if I see that they're selling well, I might jump into it. So on and so forth. Okay. Same thing here. Like this. I don't know, what is this? Oh, never spill your picnic drinks ever again. So you just screw this into the ground. Price is a little low. So interesting things here. Okay, so on and so forth. You can't get anything that is branded, right? You can't do Disney. We can't do any of that stuff. These are really popular. I'm seeing them all over the place. All right, so that's kind of cool. Store your Legos inside bigger Legos. That's branded though. Can't really do that. So yeah, no, I can't do any of this. I will not do that. Okay, that's Pac-Man. Okay, but you get the idea, right? You're browsing. We're doing the exact same thing that we did on Amazon. All right, and then so on and so forth. And Google, we didn't even look at this. All right, if I did a search for cool new gear, I can come across some pretty interesting things. But you got to spend the time, and you've got to dig. Okay, like what is this? Like a scarf that you can put your phone in? Okay, that might be interesting. I might search for that and put that on my short list and then come back to Amazon and search for this product. But it just takes a while, and that's okay. You know, that's part of. I know these were really popular. These camera lens shaped coffee cups. I saw those a while back. So I would keep searching. I would try cool new gear. I would try cool new um, accessories. I would try, I think I spelled it wrong. And then I would peruse this. I would try, let's see here. Again, stay away from electron. That's interesting. I would try specific categories. So, for example, I would try cool new, gardening or garden stuff, or cool new kitchen. So you can try that. Cool new garden. Or garden, whoops, garden, maybe tools. There we go. Let's see here, like what is this, right? It's like bent a little differently, so maybe it's different. Like what is this, right? Carrying case for the garden stuff. Okay, like what is that? So I would investigate, anything that I saw was interesting, and put it on my. Look at that. That's kind of cool. That's different. I've never seen that, right? So again, we've really just kind of scratched the surface. This is from Amazon. It's different. We really kind of just scratched the surface, but that's what it takes. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and end the webinar here, but I do want to answer any questions that you guys may have. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and type them in. Let's take a couple of minutes and answer those, and otherwise we'll go ahead and conclude. So let's see here. All right, Yusuf, my concern is the demand in time. Not sure what you mean. So if you're Yusuf, if your question is that you're concerned about the amount of time it takes to do this, I think that's what you're asking. Yeah, it takes time. I mean, there's no, there are shortcuts. There's software you can actually buy private label listings, and we're actually going to be launching that service. But and so if you're willing to spend some money and not have to do this research, there are services available for that. If you don't have the time, that's one solution. For anybody though who is concerned about spending money, then you got to spend the time. It's one or the other. Okay, what about patent laws on these products? So that's a good question. You can search the USPTO patent website, but quite honestly, it is very complex. So just do USPTO patent search. It's very complex to try and find these things. And I heard, I heard in one of the groups the other day, somebody was being chased with a cease and desist letter over a shape. Unfortunately, it's the world that we live in today, especially in the U.S., that there is a small chance of that happening. Now, I know some people who have been approached by competitors saying, "Hey, that's my patent," but typically they'll make an agreement with you saying, "Okay, if you sell out of this stock, then you agree not to sell anymore." The other thing is, I would also not automatically assume that just because somebody says they have a patent that they do. You should go to Amazon and tell them, look, you bought this from this manufacturer, you customized it, you put your name on it, et cetera, et cetera. So don't automatically just assume that if somebody says this is my patent, that you should just say, oh, fine, I'm going to give it up. I think You have to be aggressive. You got to be aggressive in sales. You got to be aggressive in this world. Okay, Yusuf was not asking that, but my question was, a product can have estimated sales very high, either 1 year, 2 year, and year 30 months. So time factor, yeah, absolutely. Products do have a lifespan. Okay, products are born. Products go through a high demand period, and then products do follow a saturation point and then decline. It just depends. For some products, that may be a year. Okay, very like the hoverboards. I mean, they were very, very hot. They're still selling, but they're not as hot as they were a year ago. Other products may sell well for 10 years or 50 years or whatever, but products definitely do follow a demand curve. So you're absolutely right. So time factor, yep. So I'm looking at a shoe that is made by only one company, and I want to sell these by changing some quality and features. So Sham, you can do that. I would be a little leery of shoes though, especially as a first product, because what are you going to carry? Men's, women's, what sizes? Shoes have a high rate of return. I would stay away from shoes for a first product. People do make a lot of money selling shoes, but typically they have a lot of experience. All right, Imran is saying, go back to that. How do I go back to this? Okay, if you have 1,400 estimated sales and 14 sellers, does that mean each seller is selling 1,400 per month? Sorry, this thing's like flying by. Should you go for the has? Yeah, so no, that means 1,400 total sales for the month, Imran. Not each. There's 14 sellers on it, but only one person at a time has the buy box. All right, Ibrahim, in the product that you wanted to dedicate to charity, in Jungle Scout, it showed 14 sellers. Isn't that too competitive? It's 14 sellers all selling the same brand, the same product. It's not 14 different sellers selling 14 unique products. So that's why I don't consider it to be too competitive. Okay, Sham is saying this is a slip-on unisex. Okay, well that makes it a little bit easier. They're like clogs, so it's a universal size, Sham. Yeah, I mean, again, without looking at all of the analysis like I just showed you, I would want to see the competition. I would want to see the demand. I would want to see all those things. And if all of those things, like I just showed you, look good, go for it. Ibrahim says thank you. All right, you are very, very welcome. So, guys, give me a yes if this has helped. Give me a no if I made the waters more muddy for you. Hopefully, I didn't. And just let me know that hopefully this was helpful. This was recorded. I'm gonna share it within our private group. And like I said, you've just got to spend the time. And believe me, it is not a complex thing. You just got to do the research like I just showed you. And then at some point, when you've crossed all your T's and dotted all your I's and you've done your homework, jump in. Jump in and you'll be fine. That example that I showed you, if let's just say, worst case, they don't sell, I mean, it's selling for $50. I'll drop it down to 20 and get rid of the whole darn thing. How much money have I lost? Nothing. I'll get rid of it on eBay. So, again, don't be too scared. At some point, you do need to make a decision and jump ahead, okay? All right, guys, thank you very much. Have a good day, and I will catch